Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Dynasty, and of course, I'm here with...
Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior.
And hey everybody, my name's True Underdog, glad to be here.
And we're having an Injustice 2 podcast for like the first time in almost 2.5, 3 weeks. It's been super busy lately, guys. We've missed out on a ton of Injustice 2 news, not to mention the beta. And we're going to pretty much play some catch-up, give you guys our thoughts on what we've seen so far for the beta, talk about the brand new character reveal, just everything Injustice 2 for the next 30 or so minutes. A lot of stuff to talk about, guys. And hopefully you don't hate us for being gone for 2 weeks, but hopefully you guys are happy. Another podcast here. If you don't want to listen to the whole thing, no worries. But if you do, that'd be awesome. So that said, Mr. History Behind the Warrior, what are we talking about today? What do we get started off with?
Well, first of all, we're going to be talking about the recent reveals we've had ever since the trailer for the lines being redrawn has come out. So we're definitely sure that we're getting Poison Ivy, Bane, Brainiac, Robin, and recently we've had Black Canary. Now, personally, I'm extremely happy with these characters being within the game. I really do like Bane's design myself. I'm just quite glad that they brought some minor characters into it, and I feel like it's going to shape the game in a way where it's going to be a lot more interesting than the first Injustice game, because like in the first one we saw a lot of main players that we typically see, so I feel like this is a nice change of pace. What about you, True Underdog? Do you agree with me, or would you rather have switched one of the characters out for someone of your own personal choice from what you've seen so far, of course?
I'm really glad to see Black Canary. She's one of my favorite characters. She's like a female Batman, and her superpower is always secondary, which I adore. I actually don't like Bane's new design. I like it as a secondary or like an alternate outfit. It doesn't look like Bane to me. I can't even really tell it's Bane. That's like my main issue. I like when you put a spin on something, but I don't like when it's entirely different. I don't dislike it either. It's not my favorite. I would prefer a more luchador looking kind of outfit, and that'd be like a secondary outfit, like you unlock it or something. Maybe the unlock will be a more classic looking costume. And then Poison Ivy, glad to see her too. I don't like her outfit at all, because, you know, Poison Ivy is known for being super sexualized and this sort of femme fatale, and they kind of tried to meet in the middle, and what you ended up with was something a bit uninspiring looking, but I'm still glad the characters are in the game that have been shown so far. That much I'm very excited about.
Okay, I guess I'll take the lead here. So, yeah, I'm happy with everything so far. So to hear, True Underdog come out and be like, oh, I do not like the Bane, it's kind of breaking my heart. I like it. It's like a
Sorry for being the one negative guy.
It's like a modernized version of Bane. I think it looks awesome. As for like Poison Ivy, I love the way she looks, and maybe we really shouldn't be too hard on like the character looks, because like the gear system's gonna change everything. So, but as for like characters in general, I'm happy. Like, I'm super happy. I know people originally were like, oh great, more Batman characters. Relax. Don't worry, kind of off topic here, but if you're worried about too many Batman characters, I think Boone, in the most recent Watchtower live stream, I think that's what they're calling it, he came out and pretty much confirmed, like, they're going to have characters on the fringes, like, characters you're not familiar with, like, so don't worry, it's not going to be just a stacked Batman roster like the first game. Expect to see some characters you've never seen before, like Atrocitus, etc. So, yeah, I'm happy so far. We can't really say too much because there's still, like, I don't know how many characters left they need to reveal, but so far so good.
Hopefully we'll get some rather interesting ones. Now, talking about interesting characters, we have a character reveal due on Tuesday. Now, who would you two like to see? Like, just off the top of your head?
Flash would be really nice, but I imagine they're going to give us another character that's less popular. Like Black Canary was a pretty good reveal of someone who you didn't really know about, but she's still kind of, fan requested, like heavily.
She's quite well known because of the CW shows, I'd say.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to get someone we've already seen revealed in the picture, so I don't think we're going to get Brainiac or Bane or Poison Ivy. Yeah, so I think maybe Cheetah.
Pretty cool.
Cheetah.
A lot of people are saying that she's a Catwoman skin, but then people were saying, what if Catwoman is a cheetah skin? Because they're both apparently on the leaked roster.
Ooh.
So
We'll say this, though. I don't know. I only really said Flash because I'm tired of waiting, honestly.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
he's
like,
my favorite character.
It's so weird. This is, I think, the first time they've ever showcased the character dating back to, like, the reveal trailer and just not shown his gameplay. It's been really, really weird. Like, you would think a character like Flash would have been showcased way before Gamescom back in August, and still, it's like they're keeping him under wraps. And if you notice, his character design's a bit different. He looks a bit different. So maybe it's going to be like a drastic change or something. So I'm not sure what to expect for the Flash. But if we're picking new characters in general, give me Captain Cold. We've seen his cold gun a couple of times. Like through every reveal trailer, I think they flash it for a second. I want to see Captain Cold so bad just because you guys know your boy likes Sub-Zero. If we don't get Sub-Zero as a guest character, which I think is going to happen, give me the next best thing. Give me a man with a fucking cold gun. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I want to
recast my vote. I was thinking I kind of want to change my vote now. I want Dr. Fate, since we saw him on like the items in the t-shirt.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I should have just waited.
Well, it's out there now. No, now that we're talking about like redone character designs, what do you think about like the touched up version of Blue Beetle that we saw in the Black Canary trailer? Do you think he looks better now? Because he does look a little different and a lot less clunky.
He does look
That's
like a
the word I'm
penis.
looking for. Clunky. Doesn't.
I like it. I've
not
seen some
wrong.
of his like epic gear, his legendary gear, whatever. He looks pretty sick, dude. He looks awesome. His gameplay, I guess we'll break it down. His gameplay in a bit, not so much, but his design looks cool. I like it, dude. It looks awesome.
Another one. This we can go back to a very old podcast and we can bring this up. The change to Deadshot's voice actor strike.
Sure looks like it, and I think it's so odd that they snuck it in there at the start of the trailer. It's like a middle finger, almost like, hey, just so y'all know, we got rid of Deadshot. Like they just put it right in the start of the Black Canary thing.
Everybody's been talking about that. Is that like official? Did they really change the voice actor?
I think that that's either one of two things. They've either changed the pitch of the voice actor, gotten another voice actor, or the third one where they've just they've put like a reverb on the voice because of the helmet, which is indeed a possibility.
That'd be so dumb though, because everyone loves his iconic voice. So why would you like if he didn't leave?
I think it's Troy Baker that was voicing him as well.
People were freaking out because he's voicing like such a non-important character. Like, you know, Deadshot. But that's what made it so appealing, because he has this amazing voice, and it's this character that you kind of are interested in.
It was the same thing with Aaron Black, to be fair.
Yeah.
Feels like he's taken a lot of roles for very minor characters, which is a shame.
I didn't know that was like a confirmed thing. That's crazy, then. Maybe the voice acting strike really did fucking take a toll.
It's really weird, because I noticed that straight away, because I kind of freaked out a little bit. I'm just kind of like, what? They changed his voice. I really like the original voice. Now it's okay, but I don't know.
No, it freaked me out too, man. My eyes bugged out, and I paused it. I was like, wait, and I had to like watch it again, because I love the interactions between him and Batman, where he's like, you know, we're both getting too old for this, but good thing we're professional.
Going back before we stop talking about the character reveal on Tuesday, safe to assume it'll be a trailer?
Yeah.
For Tuesday?
I think it's going to be a character trailer, to be fair. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be anything story.
No, because I saw Tyler Lanza mention something of like, oh, stay tuned for next week. And somebody I think was asking about like a Watchtower live stream, so I'm not sure if maybe they're gonna reveal somebody on Tuesday, then do like a stream on Wednesday or Thursday maybe or something.
They really should. That'd be a smart move. We need a Watchtower. Like if they want to get all these characters done, they have to get on this. Like we can't delay it any longer if they want to do one a week.
Considering that they've been putting, I think now they're gonna do like one character reveal each week, because at this point
you have to.
Like they have to. They can't mess up.
Unless you want like surprises on release day, which I've always kind of fantasized the idea of that. Like maybe 3 characters aren't mentioned, then you put the disc in, you're like, oh, who are these 3 characters? And then you get to find out. I've always kind of wondered what that would be.
True, but they'd have to be very minor characters. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And plus it would probably be leaked anyway, because we know what the internet's like these days.
Yeah, but I'm good at avoiding that shit. Underdog's good at evading the spoilers. Bob and weave that shit all day.
Yeah, let's just hope that IGN doesn't have exclusive rights this time around to that trailer, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's taking that.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, next Tuesday, sometime during the day, brand new character, hopefully. I guess it's going to be new characters every time. I guess I'm not going to expect to see a Poison Ivy or a Bane trailer.
I don't think they have the time to even do any more story like trailer stuff, because it's 4 months now. I've already put my pre-order.
Like I wasn't sure if it'd be like a character like the Flash or Bane or Brainiac, but if it's gonna be an all-around new character, that'd be cool. Hopefully it is.
I mean, all you need to really do for the story trailer is just one like trailer, maybe even on launch day, just show some of the cutscenes from the story mode. You don't have to really commit much harder than that if you don't want to.
Let's jump on to the next topic. Unfortunately, True Underdog can't really jump in on this one, but the beta recently, released about a week and a half / 2 weeks ago, I'd say. And the struggle has been real for people. It has been real. I luckily managed to get mine from testyourmight.com, thanks to them. And Dynasty, you got yours through a very amazing fan,
big shout out
didn't
to
you?
the Pope Fiction. He actually sent me a code via Twitter. Your boy did not get this code from NRS. That's
an amazing name.
That is not what happened. Yeah, everybody's freaking out, man. Everybody wants a code. It's like they really have this under wraps right now.
Very true. Well, I'm pretty sure I can speak for all of us here. If we have any spare codes that come into our accounts, we will hand them out to all of our lovely fans and the people who are watching this now as a thank you for watching what we do and, well, you know, putting up with our rubbish.
Show that to you guys. Like, literally, like, if we could give you codes, we would be giving you codes. But literally, guys, it's been Like I said, I don't even have my code. I literally had to get a code from a fan, like one of you guys.
Yep.
It's insane.
Can I just say it's so surprising that Ed Boon didn't give us a code since he watches our podcast like every single week. So I don't understand why we
biggest
didn't
fan.
get one yet. He really is. He has like the t-shirts and everything. He has the apparel. Man,
I love when he tweets. He's always like as fuck. Like he uses like
I saw
modern
that.
lingo, and it's so funny because he's like in his 40s or 50s. He's like as fuck.
it's almost ironic
For
in
real.
a way when he does it. Yeah, which is great. It's very tongue-in-cheek, very supple.
Yeah,
he seemed so
guys.
defeated on the watchtower though. He didn't seem very enthusiastic.
Dude, he
there.
was mad when he was answering some of these questions. He was like throwing shade. Like, I don't know if
Poor
you guys
guy.
watched my recent video. I don't know if whoever's listening to this. When he was talking about characters on the roster, he was answering questions and like mumbling stuff. Like he was disappointed. Like he was like talking shit about the questions he was getting asked, like low key. It was the funniest thing ever. Like he was not impressed by some of the questions. He looked upset. I don't know. What are you doing, Boone?
Well, what do you expect?
To be fair, it did seem like he didn't actually want to be there, but
Yeah.
you know, we can only assume maybe it was a bad day for him
Maybe.
to.
Anyways, beta. So I've had the beta since like probably the second or third day, I want to say, and I probably put in a total about 10 hours. Don't hate me though. I've not used Blue Beetle. I just have it. I used every character but him, and I can easily say, the game does not play obviously like Mortal Kombat X. It plays like Injustice 1 on steroids. There are a ton of problems in the game, like a ton. Like the game is definitely still in beta. It's a great game though. Characters are definitely OP. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. But overall, the game is smooth. It's beautiful. I love the way that you can just juggle like nothing. Like juggling in this game is so fun. It is so fun. Quick thing I'll say as well is like I feel like you can't really get punished and you really can't counter out of a combo. So it's really shitty. Like I can sit there and just like, as much as I know what's gonna happen, I just can't punish somebody for counter. It's so hard. Like countering combos and the beta is a bitch. Maybe because I'm going against Supergirl every game, but like having a counter is like so hard to do. So I just still lose regardless of the chip damage. Occasionally you just rather take the combo and use your meter and use a clash and just get out of it. Hitboxes are okay. They're not the greatest. They're okay. There's times when
There's a bit of a problem with Blue Beetles, but we'll
yeah,
get to
there's
that.
there's times when I'm trying to, I'll do something like really, like I'm clearly seeing on my screen my glove hit your fucking leg and like it's not registering. Really weird. There's also this weird like I don't want to call it a glitch, but it's like you'll jump over someone or you'll start doing a combo, then they just automatically like come up behind you. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
cross
the
up.
positioning is
It's,
so
it's
weird.
a bit off.
Yeah, that they gotta fix that. The teleport that Supergirl has is so hard to fucking counter. Maybe because I'm stupid or I don't know what the fuck, but like there's times when it's a mid, there's times when it's a higher, it feels like, and it's like 50-50 for me. Like
The teleport, I'm pretty sure, is a high. So I know you definitely can duck it low because I was talking to Ketchup earlier today.
Shout out to
and,
those guys.
He told me that yeah, shout out to Ketchup and Mustard. He told me on Twitter that you can react to it. Like it since I got it today, I'm still learning to kind of adjust and react to it. But I've learned that if you duck low, it is a high. And you can full-on combo punish it. The only way you kind of seem to do that, and this is coming from someone who's played a little bit of Atrocitus, just do a down two and follow it up with like a punch
See, that would
walk
make
or something
sense.
like that.
Yeah,
or
but doesn't she have
restand
two?
them.
yeah, I think she does.
She has an overhead one too. I thought she has a diagonal down one where she smashes over your head. I'm not sure if that's overhead or
I
not.
think that's only when she's jumping. I think that's only
That's the
when.
biggest issue for me. Is not even a reaction thing. It's like, what if I'm in the middle of just doing a move and hers just beats mine completely because I'm trying to get her at full screen or something, you know?
The thing is that it's not even the teleport that makes her extremely dangerous. It's all of the tools she has, the
horrible.
mix-ups, the fact that she can turn pretty much every move she has into something safe. Personally, I feel like she just has all of the tools, and if she has the meter, she's going to be completely safe, and she's just going to keep pressuring you, and it is very difficult. Plus, since her overhead is like, it's really hard to tell when she's going to do it because it seems like a normal stance and then she just hops over your head.
Can I just say this real quick? Is it just me or does it seem like all down twos are super fast as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
really
think
fast.
that's good, to be fair.
I mean, it's good, right? But at the same time, I get into like these weird fucking like instances where like we're just sitting there in front of each other like down twoing, and like it's like I want to grab you, but I know if I go for the grab, your down two is gonna hit me. It's like a really weird.
the NetherRealm way.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
I think it's meant to just like stop air dashes or stop jump ins. They didn't want to give everyone a unique anti-air, so they just gave them the down two.
I love how they brought back. I think how like in the first game how you could like if you're getting juggled, you could like enhance the like your movement and jump out of like a combo.
I don't like that,
dude. That's
actually kind of a new thing. I don't like it.
Is that new? Was it on the first game?
Yeah, it's a new thing. That was not in the first game. No, in the first game they had a push block.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Thing
yeah,
is brand
that's
new.
what it was. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I like
thing
it.
is brand new, and the reason I don't like it here's the thing. The only reason I don't like it is because the whole thing in Injustice games was that. Sorry, how do I word this? The whole point of your combo was to get to your back three, like to wall bounce them. Now that's when they break. Like you do a back three, and as they're coming back, they flip up, and you can't hit them because they go way too high.
That makes sense.
And it's like, well, god damn it, that's the whole point of my combo is to get to my back three, and now that's like the worst thing to actually do in my combo.
See, I just feel like it's needed because like the recovery for me anyway, because maybe I just suck. Like I need that shit to get out of it usually. So for me, it's like, whoo! Thank God I got that meter. Damn.
To be fair, most of the games, like the strengths in this game so far seem to be if your character has good mids, you're going to have great pressure, and really, like, I think that's going to be the meta for the game. If you have good neutral and good mids, I feel so far, like from playing the beta, I feel like that's how, like, the character's going to be really good, like super, super good. So we can all definitely confirm here that Supergirl is probably the strongest of the 5 now roster.
Yeah, she really
No
is.
doubt in my
I think
mind.
that it's like it's also the mids, but it's also the plus frames that make her really good.
Yeah.
A lot of her attack
There's a
strings
lot.
put you in a 50-50. So even if you block, it's like, is she going to do another attack string or is she going to throw you? Because she's plus. So you have to like either jump away or tech the throw or, you know, any number of things. So even though you blocked her, you're still at disadvantage and have to guess one more time.
And I guess the way they fix that is just, I guess, dropping her damage, I guess. I mean, how else would you fix that?
You can fix the frames too. You just make it to where it's neutral. Just make it 0.
I guess that'd be perfect. Yeah, for me, dude, I'm loving Atrocitus. Like, Atrocitus is a fucking beast.
I say he's the second best
Fucking
character
flying
in the
punch.
game.
Dude.
He's got 50s,
It's
50s.
awesome.
He's got Dexter that makes pretty much all
Dude,
of
I
his
love
moves
how
safe
yeah,
as
exactly.
well.
Like Dexter helps out so much. Like it's literally the greatest fucking power. What the B button? What is it called? Like what do they call them? Powers? I guess.
Trait.
Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry guys. I cover the game for a living. Forgot it was trait. Yeah, he has like the greatest trait ever. Like I don't know, dude. It's awesome. Atrocitus is fun. I've not used much Superman. I've used a bunch of Batman because I mained him in the first game. Batman's pretty solid too. I feel like some of the matchups though with Batman, it's like you just can't win sometimes.
He doesn't against Atrocitus. Atrocitus is I know we'll probably should be going about this later, but Atrocitus is a very strong counter to Batman.
Seems like it.
Just putting it out there.
Speaking of like the game's meta and like how it plays and stuff, can we talk about the abilities that you can also unlock? Pretty cool how you can actually have these new abilities where it's like they change the way the traits you use or they give you a special move.
Yeah,
that's
really
so
nice.
cool. Like the gear system is it's been really fun on its own, but the fact that you now have like ability to get like a special move or etc. It's super cool. Like for Batman, there's this trait, I can't think of the name of it, that I had before they wiped out all my stuff, where it's you know how his trait is he has his little mini batarang things, his little blue things, his little gadgets.
Yeah, you can get them to drop around the other person.
Exactly. So like instead of them being on your Batman, they're behind your opponent. And it's up to them to block that, and you can like pressure them. You can do a dash, and then you press B and they attack. It's perfect, dude. And like Dexter as well. Like it's been so fun. Like the beta guys has literally been solid. It has its kinks, but for the most part, the game is looking really good. It's shaping up to be a really good game, surprisingly, especially the gear system. It's shaping up to be really well.
How do you feel about the meter burn dash? Has anybody been using that?
I've been
when
doing
you were
it.
playing?
I've been
I see
doing
some
it.
players
It's
do
been
it.
great.
I like it.
It's been
Pretty
great.
great.
I love it.
Okay, cool. Because like I feel like the biggest problem with Injustice 1 was the keep away was too strong with the K.
It was too
strong or whatever, you know that meme. And now you can roll full screen and like get on them, which is good. Are you invincible also while doing that, or you just get a lower hitbox?
It depends on distances, to be fair. Like, if you're about mid-screen, I'd say, you're completely invincible for the entirety of that roll. If you're about mid to far away, that's where the problem is. Like, if you're mid, then you're definitely going to get out of there. But if you're in that in-between space, you can be caught by someone. If
That's good
you're
to know.
at far range, you can just get in front of the opponent.
You see, and I feel like that was necessary for this game because, like I mentioned literally like a second ago, like going against Deathstrokes, going against spamming Supermans, they needed a way for you to actually catch up and have a chance to get out of that, dude. And like these dashes I've been using against Atrocitus as Batman, dude, greatest thing ever. I love it. It's the best. Like I'm telling you, this game is so fucking good, but It just sucks that there's a few kinks they gotta fix for this game to be like completely solid.
I'm not gonna lie, all the different gear actually has me a bit nervous, only because I make the guides, and I'm like, fuck, do I have to unlock all the gear before I can do a guide for the character, or are they gonna get mad at me for that?
Maybe you should do one where it's just plain Atrocitus on a competitive level, and then
Yeah.
you do one where there's everything added on top.
And how's
That's
it gonna
probably
work in
best.
competitive? Like, will they allow that in competitive? Will they allow a
No,
gear
no,
that
no,
just
no,
changes
no.
a
They've
trait?
got
Okay.
a competitive mode where you can kind of switch on, which turns
Yeah.
off all the like special abilities that all of the armor has.
I will say this though, I know people like myself are concerned about the gear system. As someone who's played for like 10 hours, I can tell you this: if somebody has a stacked out level 10 Atrocitus or something, and you're going against level 1, or you're a level 1 going to like a level 10 in terms of gear and character unlocks, yeah, you can tell the difference, honestly. Like, you really can. It's not too major, but you can. No, obviously it does. If you're good enough, you can counter it. But I mean, at the same time, it's like if these guys got these special abilities, they got, you know, a bunch of plus 50 defense gear on. Like, you can kind of tell the difference when your combos aren't doing as much work. Like, I could definitely tell because, like, I think I'm a pretty decent Batman player, and I was going against some stacked dudes, like some Sonic Fox level shit. I was getting my ass handed to me. Like, literally.
I saw a Maximilian stream where he was like fighting a Superman who, with the gear buffs, was able to do a 70% damage combo in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, yeah, that's a bit broken, just a little bit, but it's okay. There's a competitive mode, so we'll be
I
fine.
don't know. Like I said, I feel like it just comes down to player and I guess who you're going up against.
What sucks too is like you can see the gear that you're going against, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot to take in. You got to be familiar with what you're going against. They show you the stats of the character, so then you already know like fuck, like this is gonna. I gotta play this play style, etc. So it's kind of cool they do that, but I just want to say like throw that out there. Yes, the gear does make a difference. Like it definitely does.
Yeah, like I said, for me personally, I just think it comes down to the players because I was a level 3
down.
and I mopped someone who was like a level 32.
Yeah, I've done that
Superman. I
before,
mopped
but
him.
maybe. Yeah, I mean.
Like,
I think it really does just depend on the player, but I'm just I think in general though, like obviously if I'm a level 30 Batman going against level 1 Atrocitus, like dude, like you got no chance.
But if you're a level 30 Atrocitus going against a level 1 me, you're still in trouble.
If you were history behind the warrior, you know, you'd be fine. But you know.
yeah, you would be fine.
You'll see, if you understood the lore, then you would know that my plus frames will defeat you.
No, but I don't know if you guys want to talk about Blue Beetle being like really shitty.
I wouldn't say he's shitty.
Okay, he's
I'd
not
say
shitty. He's just not top tier at the moment.
people don't know how to play him right, and the damage scaling isn't good on him. I think that's
Well, he's
the
super
problem.
keep away. Like,
Very.
well, maybe not super keep away, but he has a lot of keep away elements, and his greatest ability that I can see is he can stay in the air like much longer than everyone else.
Yeah,
he can
he's got
dash
like a
forward and
double
back.
air dash.
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
he?
he does.
Yeah, so that's good for keep away, and that's good for getting in or doing a fake out. Imagine like Laura in Street Fighter, but in the air is kind of how I picture him. But at the same time, if I'm in your face and you're never able to get up, like, what are you gonna do?
They've got a really nice little thing with him. If you get put in the corner, I was watching this on Ketchup and Mustard stream, that if you go into the air dash like midway whilst you're comboing someone in the corner, you're actually completely plus.
Really?
The damage scale, yeah, like you're completely plus. But when you do use that like air dash thing, it does damage scale super hard, and I think
okay.
that's the problem with him right now. Damage scaling is what brings him down.
His damage is not very good, but he has like everything else maybe. I do think it's sad how I've seen people do his attack strings or his special moves, and like the second and third hit just miss completely, so the opponent just drops out behind them and gets a free punish.
See, that's what I was seeing. Mad Max was Maximilian was streaming. That's what I'm saying. Like even he was struggling. He was trying to figure out how his playstyle worked, and it wasn't working. Like I said, I haven't personally used them yet, but from what I gathered, it's gonna be a learning curve, and some things had to be fixed.
I saw the same attack string looped over and over again, like his punch into lifting kick where he like launches you with his foot and turns the other way. I saw them doing like that twice in a row, then a third time, but ending it with like his special move, and that's all they were doing. Or they down two and do the same thing, and I'm like, okay, so that's his crutch right now, is that attack string.
How was the damage on it though? Was it decent?
No.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
like, it was a really nice looking combo. It was kind of like watching Liu Kang and MK9 do the same loop over and over again. Decent damage, good corner carry, but nothing outside
What do you
of
guys
that.
think of the whole damage? How the damage, like the way it's like in the hundreds, like it's so.
I don't know
weird.
how to fucking read it. It's really confusing for me.
I don't like it at all.
It's for the gear system too. It's for like the gear, and I don't approve. They should just change that back to percentages. I don't get what the fuck the doing.
Yeah, I hope
But,
competitive
oh.
is like just strictly 100 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want it to be complicated. Like, if I do like 35% damage, I want to see that I've done 35%.
You don't
want
wanna
to
see
wanna
1500?
159.
No, I don't like big numbers on my screen, Mr. Star Trek fan that you're clearly emulating.
Going back to Supergirl, doesn't she have an infinite combo still, or did they patch that yet?
I think they've patched that now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it
good.
still goes on for a long time though.
Who do you think after, like, since we're talking a little bit about meta? No, we've got, well, Supergirl's obviously top, I'd say. Atrocitus, I would say, is second. Who would you say is third?
Superman.
Yeah, and then Batman.
I think Batman's probably tied
But
for
Batman's
third.
good though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Batman's probably tied because he has a special move, Batarang, that you can meter burn.
Hell
that keeps
yeah,
him a plus. He can dash for it
explosions.
again.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, but Blue Beetle is definitely not anywhere close to what Supergirl is.
He's going to need a lot of changes, especially when it comes to damage scaling, but they're going to have to be very careful. That's the thing, because he has all the tools, he just doesn't have the damage, and that's the problem right now.
Got the best dialogue options, so he's OP in that department. Well, I mean, when it's like, what is it? When she's like, "You'll be lucky if you can tickle me," and he goes, "Yeah, I probably will."
Speaking of characters on the beta, who do you think will be added next if they do add someone? I don't think they will. I think if they do, it's gonna be straight Wonder Woman, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Wonder Woman isn't. They must still be balancing her somehow if she's not available right off the bat.
That's
And
her
Gorilla
face.
Grodd too could be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Harley and Deadshot.
Just throw Damien in right away. Just fuck it. Just put Damien in, even though he's clearly nowhere near ready. Just throw him in.
Fuck it, just put Red Hood.
Because why
in.
not? Fuck it. Red Hood. I'm pretty sure Damien killed Red Hood, so.
Oh.
Like, I mean, chances wise, not in the lore, but I'm pretty sure just like, as far as the roster, I think he's killed it.
Let's not talk about him being dead because we're gonna piss off a ton of people. Swamp Thing. Okay. What's next on the list of topics?
Well, to be fair, all we've got left is really for which characters do you feel like counter each other on the beta. But to be fair, I feel like we've talked about that already when it comes to like Atrocitus countering Batman.
I think Superman counters Atrocitus a little bit because he can do the air heat vision. So if you do the ground
Yeah,
puddle on
that's
him, he
true.
can just air heat vision you. But that thing has been nerfed like immensely since the last game. If you jump if you jump at all, it can't hit you anymore. Before you had to be like full screen and jump. Now it's like if you jump, it just hits the floor pretty much.
It's a lot shorter.
So you're in much better shape. Yeah, and like they're all he's genuinely not as good, which is great because he was overpowered. So he's genuinely a more what would you call it? Like a more respectable character now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say balanced. I'd say balanced.
So yeah, beta talk. You guys want to talk about, I guess, some of the lore, the story of Injustice 2, because obviously you guys know, you go to injustice.com, you can see a bit of information from these characters that we've seen so far. Safe to say, Brainiac, clearly the big bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brainiac's the
No,
big
it's
one.
our
is
man.
he?
Black Canary is in the game. Does that mean, I want to ask you guys this. Okay, we got Black Canary, right? And one of the intros, well, let's talk about some of the intros in the story because how this is going to play into effect. So there's an intro, I think, with Batman and Atrocitus. And I think Atrocitus is like, give me Hal Jordan. Have you guys heard
And Blue
that?
Beetle also talks to him about it.
Exactly.
Blue Beetle
Thank you.
says you can't have Hal Jordan. Like he straight up tells him you can't have him.
Do you think he's like what do you guys think of that intro right there of Green Lantern being in, like, you know?
I was gonna say they also mentioned that like Atrocitus talks to Supergirl and mentions how she's worn the red ring and taken it off already. So they've kind of done the canon from New 52, I think, where she wears the red ring and takes it off.
I don't think so.
Well, he says you wear the
'cause-
red ring, or he said you've worn the red ring. She says.
No, it's you should wear a
It
red
is?
ring.
Oh, okay, 'cause then
because
she,
Kara's only
yeah.
just gotten to Earth.
Okay, because then she says red's for old ladies. Yeah, okay, my bad.
Because
Gotcha.
I did I had far too much free time and I did like a video and like a complete done up of the lore, and from what we can tell, the wild card at the moment outside of Supergirl seems to be Hal Jordan, because after the end of Injustice 1, he's taken before the Guardians and they judge and trial him, but we don't actually know what they actually do with him. So is he imprisoned? Is he stripped of his powers? Or maybe has he once again become a Green Lantern and is seeking redemption? That's just a few ideas there.
And clearly this is Hal Jordan from, like, not the Yellow Lantern Hal Jordan in the last game, right? This is what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about Yellow Lantern Hal
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, what I can tell, just to inform anyone who doesn't really know, Atrocitus has come to Earth to actually kill the Yellow Lanterns, because the Yellow Lanterns were responsible for slaughtering his homeworld. So that's the main reason why he's there. He's there to kill them and recruit some people, which is why he has his
okay.
eyes set on Hal Jordan. Which is why recently he's been asking, where's Hal Jordan? I want Hal Jordan. Because he knows of all the Green Lanterns, Hal's the strongest one there's ever been. like arguably.
Is this all from the comics? The
Not
recent comics?
just from the comics, but from what I've been able to break down of the story, it makes sense in the context of the aftermath of it. Everyone's imprisoned away. You have the Society, which is basically the Anti-Justice League, which is growing in secret, and they're going to attack Batman's forces because Superman's forces are currently imprisoned or in hiding.
Yes.
So we have a few extra people from outside, one being Brainiac, other one being Atrocitus. Aquaman right now, he isn't around. He doesn't want to interact with humanity. As we all know, he was forced into working with Superman
Yes.
against his own will because Superman basically dropped Atlantis in the middle of the Sahara Desert and said, if you don't work with me, I'm going to destroy Atlantis.
That's like Super Dickory, the comics back in the 60s, where it's like, please let us have some water. No one gets a drop. And he's making them compete for it.
But sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent here, but I hope this gives some people a little bit of insight about what's going
Shit,
on.
you just
with
gave
the
me some
Injustice
insight because I heard that
Yeah.
intro and I was super interested because I was like, wait a second,
Yeah.
what type of role is like Green Lantern gonna
To
actually
be
play?
fair, it was that intro that gave me the idea to make like a Fury story video, because we've had all these bits of like dialogue and just kind of interesting hints here and there, but we haven't really had any information about who's working with who's working alone. So I just kind of put a video together and like, I don't know, like people can go find that if they want to.
I have a question too, actually, that I think
Oh yeah, fire.
people pointed out in the trailer in my comments section that Black Canary, when she punches and kicks sometimes, she has like a fire trail, which has never been something she's ever had. And it could just be an effect to like, show there's power behind the moves, but some people have said that maybe Dr. Fate gave her a little bit of a gift since they had an interaction in the comics.
I would say yes and no, because the last time we saw Dr. Fate was in the Injustice 2 universe / comics, is when he took out Trigon and Mr. Mitzel-Penelec. I'm sorry if I've butchered that name for any fans, but basically when he took them out, he put them into a void in like somewhere outside of space and time, and unfortunately he ended up there as well. At least that's what we know about it so far. So it's very complicated with what's going on with Black Canary, because the Tower of Fate, I think, was destroyed during the Year 3 Battle of Injustice with all the magical stuff going on. So Black Canary, I can't really give them a good idea about what's going on. Maybe she got taught by Zatanna in the field of magic because, well, understandably, she has a grudge towards Superman because Superman killed Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
So maybe she's learned that area, some magic, something that she can use against him.
That's acknowledged as well as an intro, instead of an intro, isn't it? I heard it's either. I think it was. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong here. I swear, man. I heard. Maybe I read it on the Injustice website or something where, somebody says like, oh, like you killed Shazam and Oliver. Like who was it?
That was Blue Beetle who said that.
It was Blue Beetle, right, in that intro.
Because Superman says, I don't hurt children, and he goes, oh yeah, what about Shazam? And there's one more.
Yeah, I think that's
No,
what
but
he says.
Shazam and Oliver was that was Batman who says that.
Was
'cause
it
he says,
Batman?
I've only killed one person, and
Oh
Batman
yeah, and he
goes,
said casualties.
we're
of war.
Shazam, and yeah, casualties of war. I don't know if I like how evil they've made Superman. I liked how he came
he's
off
really
as being half
ruthless in
evil.
some of these opening dialogue. Like it's kind of messed up.
He still has some good in some of his lines, like when he says the strong defend the weak. He says that when he wins a round, or he'll say stay down, like I don't want to hurt you anymore. But then like when you do his clashes, he straight up says, this world is mine.
But going back on Arrow, now that we see Black Canary, do you think maybe there's a chance for a comeback here,
I can see a Green Arrow character,
but not
I
be
don't
Oliver?
see it being Oliver Queen.
So who is it in the comics that reunited the two of them? Was it Dr. Fate or not? Someone, okay. 'Cause I thought that happened at the very end of the whole series, I thought. But
It happened at the end of Year 2 after she gave birth to Oliver's child, and she basically, when in Year 2 Superman's having a battle with the Green Lantern Corps, and he is basically blindsided by Black Canary, and as he beats him into the ground, he gains like
Yeah.
a yellow lantern ring, and he ends up like shooting her through the stomach with his eye lasers. Yeah, and then after that, Dr. Fate basically comes down, sees what's going on, and this is my favorite line in the comics. He literally just says, fuck this, and just takes her and puts her in like the Tower of Fate with Oliver Queen and her child. So
okay.
it's pretty
I
damn
do
cool.
like that.
I just
It's
remember
pretty
that
cool.
that little subtle nod to Black Canary in the first game. I'm really hoping that there's like a chance to see that some capacity, see Arrow. I don't know.
Her kid is the new Arrow character. He's like 5 years old, and he's got a small ass hitbox. He fires arrows. That's who the new character is. Come on.
Yeah, the intro dialogues would be so good in this game. It was so good at MKX. This is gonna be so good with all the lore they have, dude. It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be a lot, but I feel like it has a lot to live up to. But I feel like NRS can definitely live up to the hype because they've done a fantastic job so far with all of their games. So much faith in them for what they do.
Anyways, but yeah, that's we're talking for 40 minutes. We went on a tangent there towards the end because of me. So sorry guys. Just I thought the Hal Jordan intro was super interesting. I want to get your guys' take on it. But yeah, we talked about everything, didn't we? Beta.
Yeah, we've got everything.
Yeah, of course, guys. I think that they're on wave 3 of beta codes, if I'm not mistaken. So if you still have not gotten your beta code, Ed Boon's giving them away randomly to random people. So follow him on Twitter. Of course, like we mentioned earlier, if any of us get a code, like trust me and us, we're going to give you a code. I'm gonna give mine away on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, if I somehow get one. But just be patient. I'm gonna assume the beta is gonna go on for probably another maybe week and a half, 2 weeks tops. I want to say maybe.
I'd say
yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna keep it really exclusive still, because originally it was like if you registered, no matter what, you're playing the beta. Now it's like, sorry, the beta's kind of closed. Yeah. So I'm not sure if even if you registered, if you have still a guaranteed chance to play the beta, because the way they're making it seem now, it's like literally gonna be like a closed thing. I don't know if I'm just the only one getting that, or if you guys can see that as well, how they kind of changed their stance on it. It seems like they're kind of overwhelmed with like the demand for codes, but that's just what I'm taking from it.
It looks good, at least for the company, because it shows that people want to play the game, so that's good. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be closed from here on out, unless they at the very end decide to do an open beta. I don't expect things to change unless that's what happens.
Not even an open beta, but I originally they made it seem like it was like if you signed up, no need to worry, everyone's gonna play. But like now it seems like, whoa, we're overwhelmed here. We're trying to get to everybody.
Yep.
That's what it seems like.
They're like Geico's fisherman guy. Ho ho ho! You almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that. But it's Ed Boon just with the the beta code. Someone make that. Just Photoshop it. I'd be happy. I'll do it. Fuck.
But yeah, Supergirl OP, Blue Beetle, a great character, just needs some fixes. Batman, Superman, pretty solid. Gear system's awesome. We didn't really talk about the gear system. I guess I'll say this. We didn't talk about this. We talked about it like months ago, and I think our first or second podcast. Gear is inside the campaign before we leave. That's confirmed. Yeah, I was gonna make a video on that until they wiped my stats. I probably still might, but if you're listening to the podcast, yo, what's up? Special feature here. Yeah, gear is inside the campaign because when I was playing before they wiped my stats, I think I was like a level 25 or something, and I had a bunch of legendary gear. I had a legendary piece for the story mode, for Atrocitus. So it was a helmet.
Okay.
And
so does that mean you unlock it by playing story mode?
I don't know. I think you just it's a part of like the loot, dude. Honestly, I think it's just drops randomly. But it was like, it was a legendary piece, and I didn't use it because it gave me no effect to multiplayer. It was like, only effects in story mode or something along those lines, or single player. There's one for single player and there's one for story mode. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Story mode and single player. I'm 99.9% sure. Like I said, they wiped out my stats and my gear because they updated the beta with Blue Beetle, so I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it's story mode. I know no matter what, single player has gear in it. So confirmed. You heard it here first. Fuck you, another round for wiping my stats, not letting me make that video. But if I get another gear piece, or one of us, we'll make a video on it and talk about that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I wanted to mention that too. So I know we were mentioning, oh, well, gear be in campaigns like Street Fighter. I think it is. So.
Yeah, I think that's summed up everything on the podcast, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so. We talked for about 45 minutes. I'm sorry if you guys fell asleep too. We had a lot of nerdy, competitive lingo in there.
Fall asleep with these soothing voices? How would that be possible?
Yeah, this is not real. This is like our first podcast in 2 weeks too, so it's.
Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Hopefully we can do these.
We
more.
gave them that time.
Yeah, hopefully you can do these more consistently, especially now with the beta. Hopefully, True Underdog gets a code so you can have more of an input on the game. Because my inputs.
Dude, I may have to commit some crimes to get a hold of that code. I may have to do some bad things. for the rest of my life.
I know a guy.
I'll get him.
I know a guy. All you got to do is just get rid of one of your lungs.
I only need the one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's all I need is the one. How about an iron lung? How would I get me one of those so I can give away 2 and get 2 codes? One of them for my subscribers. That way I'm just a giver.
What a legend. But guys, that is the podcast. If you guys have any questions or want us to talk about something for the next podcast, leave it down below. Yeah, this is kind of an awkward ending. We love you all. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening to this at the end, leave a comment saying, what should they comment? Okay,
Tits
awkward.
or get the fuck out.
Okay, this is really awkward. I'm gonna end the
Send
podcast.
news.
Okay,
I don't know.
comment eyebrows. Comment eyebrows for a certain someone. If you, no,
Ed
just
Boon's
eyebrows.
Hashtag shave him.
Hashtag
Hashtag
eyebrows.
Boone,
Do it
please.
now. Hashtag eyebrows. If you listen to the full thing. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna sign off because it's getting awkward. Love you all. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, subscribe for more Injustice 2 and MKX content. Next time, the host of Dynasty. See you guys later. And History Behind the Warrior. True Underdog. You guys can say your laters.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, or not. True Underdog. See you guys later. All right.
Oh shit! No, I thought we were gonna take our time doing one each.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah. Goodbye.